Oh, hi there. Thanks so much for showing up for your learning. This is Mr. Jennings, and we are looking at the integer skills on your term test review. Here's how I would encourage you to use this package, okay, this set of review questions. Okay, you can go in there and use this checklist to say, these are the skills that I want to focus on. These are skills I'm really confident on. Maybe you use a check mark just to make sure that you've got everything skill by skill. And then use this video after you've tried all the questions. Okay, if you get stuck on a certain question, this video is for you. If you want to check your answers and see if your working is the same as my working, then this video is for you. If you're just like trying to get the right answers on the sheet and you're copying from this video, don't do that. Work them yourself. Okay, so let's go. So give these questions a good try before you take a look. With something like 17 minus 23, I imagine the number 0 and I imagine the number 17 up there, and that's warmer. So I'm imagining temperature. And then I go down 23 degrees, I know I'm passing 0. So actually, I can do this question like 23 minus 17 is 6, and then I know that I'm minus 6 here. That's one way I can do it, because I know that I passed 0 by 6. So that's one way. Another way is to turn this into 17 minus 17 minus 6. I take this number minus 23 and split it up into minus 17 minus 6. That's 0, and there's how far I am below 0. Or work the number line and see this on the number line. That's minus 23. Okay, so this one is correct answer, minus 6. All right, over here, minus 16 plus 25 is a different thing entirely. That's not. It's very similar. Where here, I imagine, again, the number 0. And then I imagine we're down here at minus 16. Okay, very cold. And then it warms up substantially, and we add 25. We are passing 0, and we're passing 0 by 9. Okay, so actually this one is very reorganizable. I can do this in another order, 25 minus 16, and get it right. That will be 9, final answer. So this one, the reorganized strategy, the 25 comes there with its sign, the minus there comes there with its sign, is a good way to do this one. If I have minus 12 minus 9, I again imagine the number 0. I imagine the number minus 12. Ooh, quite cold. But then it gets even colder by minus 9 down. So that's going to go to minus 21. That's the same as 12 plus 9 in that direction, but then I just flip the direction around. It's 21. So this one is equal to minus 21. What do we do with this minus minus? Minus and minus, what do we do? Well, if I take away, so if I'm at $98 and someone says, hey, that $13, we're undoing you taking that out. It's the same thing as giving you the money back, right? So we're going to be adding 13 there. So this is the same question as 98 plus 13. Subtracting a negative is adding a positive. So that's 111, final answer. So that's that skill. Okay, next one here. We've been asked to evaluate these multiplications. When we write things down like this, that's multiplication. Okay, so this is negative 5 times negative 7. This is negative 3 times positive 4. This is one way we can write that down without that x, because we're using that x as a letter nowadays. All right, so negative times a negative is a positive. So this is the same thing as 5 times 7. And then, why do 5 times 7? That's 35, final answer. Negative 3 times 4, well, a negative times a positive is a negative, so this is negative 12, final answer. What if I'm dividing? Well, negative divided by a positive is a negative, so this is negative 6. Because 18 divided by 3 is 6. Negative divided by a negative, on the other hand, is a positive number. So, this one is positive 3. Done, final answers. Now, the trick is, with these negatives and positives and all this stuff, is you can just count them. If the number of negatives is even, then you will have a positive answer. If the number of negatives is odd, then you will have a negative answer. It doesn't matter the value of the number, okay? This is an odd number, this is an odd number, that's not the issue, okay? It's, I have 1, 2 negatives, that's even. Okay, let's go. All right, suppose we've got this one. All right, so now we've got order of operations. All of these look awfully similar, but they're all different. In this one, I have to recognize that I have to do this multiplication first. So that's 7 plus 15. That's 5 times 3 divided by 11. Oh, that's 22 divided by 11. Here I have to recognize that there's an invisible pair of brackets around the numerator, and that has to be done first. I can do 7 elevenths plus 15 elevenths, but that's ridiculous. It's 22 elevenths, and that is the number 2. We can actually divide 22 by 11, and it's 2. So 2 is the final answer here. But it's different over here. Look, we've added some brackets, and things gonna darn change. Here we go. We have to do that stuff in the brackets first. So that is 12 times 3. That little dot means times. I can write brackets, but I don't want to. Divided by 12. And here, this is division and multiplication now only, so we can actually do it in any order, but I'm going to do it the way most of you do it, which would be to multiply on top. 36 divided by 12, that's 12 times 3. And 36 divided by 12 is 3, so 3 is the final answer. But you'll also notice that I could have canceled here and here, and there's my final answer, 3. So the first answer was 2. The next answer was 3. I wonder what the next answer will be. Okay, oh, we got an exponent. We've got an exponent, everyone, so we have to do the exponentiation first. Well, we look for brackets, but there ain't nothing to do inside that bracket, so bracket done. So this is equal to 7 minus 5 times 9. Why 9? Oh, right, 3 squared is 9. 3 times 3 is what 3 squared mean. So we got 9 there. Do that first. Divided by 15. Don't mind if I do. Okay, so this is equal to 7 minus 5 times 9. 45. Divided by 15. 45 divided by 15 is 3. 7 minus 3 is equal to 4. Gosh, I wonder what the next one's going to be. 2, 3, 4. If you've spotted a pattern, then you could continue the pattern. But we're going to work it out pretending we don't notice the pattern. I got an exponent. I better do that first. Minus 7 minus 5 squared is just 25. Yeah, that's minus 5 squared is positive 25. Minus 3 all over minus 7. Invisible brackets. Don't think you can do that. You cannot. That is not allowed. All right. So we got to do this addition up top first. Well, it's all subtraction, but minus 7 minus 25 minus 3 happens to be minus 35 divided by minus 7. Okay, which is equal to negative times divided by negative is positive 5. Pattern continued. All right. This one's very cool. This is one of my favorite questions. That's why it's showing up again. Okay, so the temperature was minus 19 degrees one day, and then it rose by 41 degrees in an hour. This is true facts, recorded history. All right, so we want to know what the temperature was. But then it dropped by 34 degrees by the evening, only to rise again by 13 degrees the next day. We want to know the highest temperature reached and the final temperature on the second day. Two-part question. So I can set this up like this. Minus 19 was the initial temperature, plus 41 degrees, but then it goes down by 34, and then it goes up again by 13. Okay? And now we're going to do this front to back. Right? So we're going to go 19 plus 41 gives me 22. Because it does. Okay? This one here, if I raise the temperature by 41 degrees from minus 19, it's the same thing as 41 minus 19, which is 22. Minus 34 plus 13. And that is actually the highest temperature reached. So the highest temperature reached is equal to 22 degrees Celsius. Okay. And then we're going to do the final temperature, which is going to be the rest of this business. Okay, so minus 34 plus 13 is the same thing as minus 21. So this is 22 minus 21, and final temperature is 1. So that's the final temperature reached. So then you would have a little statement. It summarizes what you found for your audience. Okay, you would say the highest reached on January 10th, 1962 in Calgary was 22 degrees Celsius. Capitalize it, of course. Final temperature on the 11th was 1 degree. There. And so that's how that would do. Okay? So these skills are absolutely foundational to working in mathematics. We really want to get clear on adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing by positive and particularly negative numbers. If you have this idea, oh, I don't like negative numbers, they're really useful to working with numbers, and numbers are really useful to working with life in this universe. So I would encourage you to change your mind about not liking things that are extremely useful. Okay, you just have to decide, I can get better at that thing, and then do so. And I wish you well, and I'm here to support you in that. So if you have any questions about any of this stuff, absolutely find me before the test. Okay, bye for now, everybody.